Want my love, baby, earn it. Yeah, dancing on my own. See if you can follow. Got me feeling alive. Watch me go. Lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time it's real, real, real. I do what I want. 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 Hear me now, I do what I want. Are you ready now? 'Cause it won't be easy. Only get what you work for. Gotta go all out. Whenever you see me, don't be wasting my time. Watch me go. Lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. 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 Hear me now. Watch me go. Lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. I do what I want.
Good morning. What's new, pussycat?
Good afternoon. How are you, pussycats? Happy Tuesday, I think. How's the sound? Is it good? Is it the best sound you've ever heard in your life? I feel like I should have used this microphone much more since buying it. I think this is only the second time using the new mic. I'm pretty sure now that I got this new mic, that's all I've been waiting for to catapult me into worldwide fame. Oh my God, it's a bitch, like it's a microphone, not a wand. Not a wand, not a wish machine, not a time machine. Oh, damn, I'm still looking for that. Well, my goodness, I have had an exciting couple days since we last met. I guess, yeah, exciting's a good word. It's kind of one of those things where it's got to get worse before it gets better, kind of a deal. More on that in a moment. Let's see what's on my little list over there. I wrote a couple things down because I can't remember shit. So I've got first thing on my list. And speaking of can't remember shit, well, this yes, blank screen. Listen, I'm pretty sure that the only thing that's been stopping me from fame was that shitty mic. So, now I'm just sitting here waiting. TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. No, I don't do TikTok. I can't keep track of the one social media that I have. Never mind. How do people do all that shit? Seriously. I mean, I can't even walk and chew gum at the same time. How do people have a job, a life, or anything that resembles a real life, and have 18 billion social media platforms that they post on religiously and judiciously all day, every day? I don't get it. I've just come to decide that I think this is like a young woman's game or a younger man's game. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm not as senile as Joe Biden, but I'm kind of wondering if this is like the harbinger of what's to come. I have actually started thinking, God dang, maybe I should start playing those games on my phone. Oh, trust and believe. If it's that important, I will remember. Now, what was I saying? Oh, yes. First thing on my list, first thing on my sticky note that is contained on my bag says, oh, yes, my celebrity interview. Yes, I'm going to start, got to make sure I start pushing that narrative. Yes, I am doing a celebrity interview on Friday at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. And no, I'm not going to tell you who it is. You're going to have to show up to find out. Oh, sometimes it's very helpful to know people in high places. But in my experience, it is equally as helpful to know people in low places. Okay. I was just sitting here perusing my little Dolly Parton book, and I I found a perfect quote. Me and Dolly are like, I didn't know it, but apparently we're like soul sisters. And I see it's funny because I don't know lots about Dolly Parton. I know that when I was in, I think it was middle school, the movie 9 to 5. Can anybody tell me what year that came out? I'm pretty sure I was in middle school and I was obsessed with that movie. I have seen it 100 times, kind of like Mommy Dearest. Um, and that and one of the other cast members, Lily Tomlin, she was in a movie called The Incredible Shrinking Woman. I was also obsessed with. But I have always, since I can ever remember first laying eyes on Dolly Parton, like, oh yes, she's my people. Yes, that. So but I don't know a lot about her. I have learned more about her from American Idol when she played one of the she was one of the mentors, I believe. Um, I didn't know just how many songs Dolly Parton had written. Dolly Parton is wicked smart, okay? All that dumb blonde stuff, that is totally an act, okay? Unlike some other trashy blondes, well, sort of blondes. Uh Once you only have half of what you started with, never mind. But yeah, that's all an act. Unlike, some trashy blondes, it's not an act. They really are that dumb. Dolly Parton, no way. This one, no way. So, as I was doing my show prep, 37 seconds before going live, I was just flipping through my little Dolly Parton book, looking for a good quote. And yes, I do still have the big words sitting here, but I scribbled some more down that I think I like better than some of those. But we'll just pick one at random because, hey, that is part of my mission statement here is to. I like words. I like big words. So, there's a lot of people that I shouldn't say many. There are certain creators for sure that when I hear them speak, I have to ask myself, what, like, do we have another version of English that I don't know about? Hey, Wine, Crime, and Mayhem. I just ran into you at Savage Live. You know what? I saw Savage was going live this morning at 10, which is such a treat. She's usually live at night. And as most of you know, I am old and I don't YouTube at night. I try not to because I find that it interferes with what you're supposed to do at the end of the day, which is relax and then hopefully go off into a sweet dreams are made of this. YouTube does the opposite for me if I indulge in it in the evenings. So I try not to do that. So I was really happy to see that Savage was going live at 10 o'clock this morning. And of course, um, it's pretty rare that she goes live during the day. And I had something I had to do. So when I saw the thumbnail and it was not too long before 10 o'clock, I went in and I thought, I'm going to be the first one to leave a comment in the chat so that she sees it. And I was not the first. I was the third, but she did see it. So I'm glad about that. And I said I was going to try and if I could make it back home before she ended, I was coming back and I did, but she ended less than 10 minutes later, probably more like 5. But it was good while it lasted. I miss Savage. It was Savage and Val, sweet Val. Okay, yeah, talking about one of those blondes that's definitely dumb and only sort of blonde. Blonde, I think that's a stretch. Let's just say in the blonde family. So as I was perusing my little book here, I came across this quote and I thought, damn, that's perfect. Because, Savage was talking about apparently the tragedy pimps, well, 2 in particular. I guess they're going at it pretty hard. They've found a new tragedy to grift off of and line those pockets with. God, just vile. But that's what Savage was talking about. I think she said burnt, what does she call her? Burnt hair, burnt ends, something like that. Oh, interestingly enough, if you're a fan of barbecue, well, then you will also know that the burnt ends, well, that's kind of like the, what do they say? Chef's kiss of barbecue. But that is not, however, what they refer to as the money muscle. That's you got to be a barbecue aficionado to know about that stuff, and my husband is. I've told y'all I have every conceivable kind of smoker, grill. I mean, one looks like a safe, one looks like a giant egg. I know about wood chips, I know about chimneys for the and I don't mean chimneys that you make a fire in. Well, Fatelin, my timing is always terrible, so don't worry about that. You're in good company here. But yes, since that grifter was the subject of Savage's live. Well, it just yes, a Chris it does the money muscle. That does sound very dirty, and I think that's what they refer to it as. And it's kind of like is it the tender? I think it's it's a certain part of the loin, the tenderloin, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't been subjected to a lot of barbecue videos like I used to be. What's that dude's name? Myron Mixon, I think his name is. He was a champion, probably still is, a world champion barbecuer, smoker, etc. A lot of these people, this is like serious business. These barbecue competition teams, they go all over the country, cooking up their finest for the judges. And yes, there is big money involved. And then they get endorsements. And several of these guys have their own restaurants, one of which, if I'm not mistaken, it's either in Tennessee or Georgia. And people line up at Dark 100 to get the pork butts that he has smoked the previous night. And I think by 9 o'clock in the morning or so, they are sold out. And when it's done until the next day. There's nothing. I am waiting in line overnight outside. Not outside, not inside. I don't give a damn. I don't care if it's shoes. I don't care if it's bags. No. I don't. No. I'm not a fan of crowds. And I'm definitely not a fan of crowds that are fanatic to get what it is they're lined up for, or like our British friends across the pond. So in a very civilized way, they don't call it lining up, they call it queuing up. I love that. Queuing. Yes, we're all queuing overnight to get some smoked pork butts. I actually myself make a pretty mean Boston butt, but I don't do mine on the grill. I do mine. I like it. I know this will make my husband cry, but I like to do it in the oven, slow, low and slow. You know, it's about time, and good things come to those who wait. At least that's what they say. So, my quote. Are they real? They're real expensive. They're real big. End quote. That was Dolly reflecting on the size of her 48 double D breasts in an interview with USA Today. Well, Dolly, you better make sure a certain busted up blonde-ish tragedy pimp, you better hope she doesn't start taking note of your fake boobs, because she's quite fascinated with other women's breast implants. And my God, and Dolly, I don't know, girl, I don't know if you're telling the truth about the size of those babies, because I think she's underestimating quite a bit when she says 48 double D. Oh, Dolly, now Dolly, I don't know about that. I think an upwards revision is probably more accurate. But they're your girls, and you'd know, not me. So, okay. So yes, Friday at 11 o'clock. Do not miss my very special celebrity interview. Okay. Moving on. I think I'll say hi to the kids in chat, and then I'm going to tell y'all an absolutely hilarious story about what I've been doing for the past few days. Well, at least I think it's funny. My husband definitely does not think it's funny. He's been crying for 2 days. Sort of, Okay. Metaphorically speaking. I don't know. He might actually be shedding some real tears in his office late at night. My husband is very much a night owl. So he always starts in the bedroom at the end of the day, or, late evening, usually like 9ish or so. I tell him, come on, let's watch something, because my husband is such a workaholic. And let's face it, all this is not cheap. Somebody in this house has got to earn a living. It may as well be him. But he is, even if he had the most low maintenance wife in the world, he does not. But even if he did, that's just who he is. He is an absolute workaholic. He is someone who tells clients, you call me anytime. Nights, weekends, holidays. I have heard him on the phone numerous times say that very thing. And I'm across the kitchen going, what the fuck? No! These fucking people are already they're already cheap. No! Yeah, he's my husband. My husband does a lot of hand holding, and but I'll tell you what, people love him, because he is that guy. He wants his clients to be ecstatic, and they always are. I'm not kidding. And I'm not just saying this because he's my husband. I have never heard anyone have an unkind thing to say about my husband. That might be because they're too busy giving their thoughts on me that by the time they're done with that, they're like, oh, she has, you're the husband. Oh, yeah. Why, nice to meet you. Okay. So, but yes, I insist at 9 o'clock, 9:30, he must come in the bedroom and we watch. Oh my God. There are so many good shows on right now, you guys. What we're watching right now, I believe it's on AMC, and I don't know if it is presently on or if it was on at the end of last year. I don't know, but it's fantastic. I'm watching it on what I call my I call it non-conventional cable. I'm pretty sure it comes from another country somewhere that, it bounces off satellites and whatnot. So I don't know if it's going on, if the show is on now. It's on AMC, or it was. It's called Monsieur Spade with Clive Owen. It is fantastic. Highly recommend it. So, but what often happens is we'll watch, a couple episodes of something or a movie. More often than not, I'm already like by 11:30, 12 o'clock, I'm already, I'm doing one of these where I'm periodically falling asleep, but I'm saying, I try and pull it off like, oh no, I've been riveted to this. I've heard every single word. But he will, I'd say 50-50. 50% of the time, he will get up after we're done with the second show of whatever it is we're watching, and he'll give me a little kiss, and off he goes back to the office, where he will stay until, I don't know, who knows when. He's always there in the morning when I get up. So, but yeah, he could be in there crying over the events of the last 2 days. Oh, all I can say is I know I'm going to be the one crying before it's all said and done, but more on that in a moment. Let's say hi to the kids in class. Hey, Brittany. All right, good. I'm glad you like the little thumbnail pictures. And if you want, I made, I think I did, there might be one more that I made for you. So if you're not crazy about those, or you want me to add text in, I will be glad to do that. Hey, crazy nurse, how are you? Oh, you're the door holder. Look at you. Hey, Seeker, how are you? Hi, Spudler. How you doing? Oh, my mouse. It's fully charged. Don't worry. But it's kind of like it's behind. Well, it's nice to see you, blank screen. I haven't seen you in a while. Saw you over at Queen Bee's in the chat the other day, but there was a lot of people in there, and you might have actually been in there doing your mod job. You're probably much better than me. I very rarely ever actually do the job that I'm supposed to do, because I'm too distracted by all the shiny shit in the chat. And probably more importantly, I don't really know how to do much of anything. But I did say hi the other day, but like I said, it was pretty busy in the chat. Hey, Boots and Bourbon, how are you? It's nice to see you. Hey, True Texan, how are you? Wine, Crab, and Mayhem. How you doing? It was nice to see you. Hey, Cutie Pie. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. I appreciate that. Lurking? You're lurking? I lurk all kinds of places. We all do. Come on. Hi, Chris. How are you? Hey, Stitching. How are you? Yes, this is a new mic, Cutie Pie. This is my ticket to the big time. At least that's what I've been told. Hey, skip to my Lou. No, listen. I remember Constance made a comment one time about, my God, wouldn't you think she could go to her husband to buy a mic for her, for God's sake? So, Constance, that's what I did. My husband, we had to both go out to our cars and we had to get a flashlight. Well, use your phone, but we had to get underneath the seat. We had to go through the ashtray and pick out, pennies that had, probably cat hair, ink. We don't smoke, but, tobacco. And finally, we got enough money to buy a mic. Better late than never, bitches. Of course, that's not to you, Constance. That was just an all around general bitches. Hey, Pink Stripe, how are you? Hey, Fatelin. No, my timing is always terrible. Trust me on that. Hey, JP. Oh, you like my ring? This is my Cartier Couture Panther ring with emerald eyes. Yes, it's from the Elastic collection. Oh, I love a big ring. Oh, God, speaking of big rings. Teemu order number 3 on the way. And it's all jewelry this time. Oh, jewelry and one pair of footwear. Not shoes, but like indoor shoes. They look so cute. I cannot wait to get them. This order has 30, I think it said 33 pieces in it. I mean, where can you go and get 33 things for $140? I'm going to be the damn Teemu spokesperson before this is over. I'm sorry. I guess if I was going to be the spokesperson, I would have to pronounce it, well, the way they pronounce it, which I'm assuming makes it the proper pronunciation. But I'm sorry. I don't care about that. I've been calling it Teemu for the longest time. I am, just because the Super Bowl commercial said Teemu. No, China. Yeah, no. That may roll in your country, but not here. We call it Teemu. And since we are probably the currency that is supporting it, well, I think you should go with our pronunciation. Okay. So I will consider being your spokesperson. However, just know, when I tell my agent to draw the contract up, it's going to be it is non-negotiable that it will be called Teemu, not Teemu. Okay. Teemu just sounds like something with cows. But yes, so when I get it in 2 days, no, the last one took about a week. I'm still blown away because, here's the crazy thing. Well, I was going to say it always comes U.S. Post Office, but now that I'm thinking about it, that's the end destination shipper. Because I was thinking to myself, the U.S. Post Office can't get a fucking envelope from Florida to California in less than a week. So you mean to tell me I'm getting shit from China in the span of a week? No way, no how. But my husband told me, and I do believe he's probably correct. When I'm singing the praises of Teemu everywhere I go, and my husband's like, well, goddamn, I mean, I'm not comfortable about the Chinese having any financial information for this household, but I am damn glad that bitch has found a lower price point retail establishment that she likes. So he's gotten over his fear of the Chinese having our data. But he said to me, as I'm, just waxing poetic, I need a hair tie, waxing poetic on how fast they get the shit to you. Well, that's interesting. I just yeeted myself. Okay, I'm back. He said, well, honey, No hair tie. Here's what I do have. 4 nail glues. Because the one time I broke a nail on here and was traumatized because I didn't have a way to put it back on the sly undercover. I guess I decided to plan for any and all future nail emergencies. A lighter because I don't smoke. My stickies, a cashmere comb because, of course, in Florida we wear a lot of cashmere. A pretty crystal barrette, and I don't know what this is about. Oh, I do. Never mind. One Lone Sweet and Low. That's in my big treasure box. In my little treasure box. Oh, no, that's just microphone. It's really just a platform for the duck so I can see him. But anyway, yeah, my husband said, well, honey, the reason that they get that shit out to you so fast is because they are absolutely, without a doubt, working 24/7, round the clock, 365 days a year. And I do believe he's probably correct. Because I got to say, it gets here fast. And with, instant gratification people like moi, that's important. It is also important that I find a hair tie. Oh, I know for sure there's one in this Pandora's box. That would be my purse. That we're gonna see what's in my purse. This will be hilarious because there's a little story about why I finally decided to do this. Oh, here we go. This is not the one I want, but it should work. So yes, when the next Teemu order gets here, and I did something I said I would never do. Of course, listen, I've gotten very comfortable eating my own words. At least they taste good most of the time because I am constantly saying, I will never, I have never, blah, blah, and the minute I say it, it just means that I'm going to do whatever I said I would never, have never, could never. It's within about 10 minutes. So let me finish running through the chat. The other Teemu item that I said I would never do. Makeup. No line or nothing like that. Y'all, I couldn't resist. It was so like sparkly and shiny and cheap. I thought, oh, what's the chances of an allergic reaction? I'll do a patch test before I won't. I'll just slather it all. But yeah, I just tried highlighter, some kind of like sparkly lotion, and the rest is jewelry and inside footwear, also known as slippers. So we shall see. They haven't really let me down yet, so I got high hopes. Hey, AMAC. How are you? Hey, Muffin Mouse, how you doing? Okay, now I'm way behind in the chat. Okay, running. Okay, there we go. Hi, Jessica Renee, how are you? Oh my God, when I saw your name, it's hilarious. I said, oh my God, Jessica Rainey's in my chat. How did that happen? How did she hear about me? It must be the mic. Damn, I would have bought this mic a lot earlier if I'd known that it would be, sending celebrities to my chat on Friday. I mean, I know I have one on Friday, but I didn't know I had a surprise. So, hi, Jessica. Rainey or Renee. For those of you who don't know, Jessica Rainey is, she plays in Call the Midwife. She's the main character whose name I can't remember at the moment because I haven't watched it in 100 years, but beautiful girl. Hey, Grandma Sherry, how are you? Hi, Dee. Hey, Caribbean, how you doing? Oh, you ordered a panther necklace. Okay, well, if you want to borrow my ring, now I got to confess, the ring, um, you know, it's it's worn down the color, it's down to the tin that I assume is what they use, or well, they wouldn't use copper because that's expensive. Aluminum, shit, I don't know. But the beautiful silver finish, so I thought this was sterling when I bought this. It's worn down a little bit, well, kind of like me. Well, this ring kind of looks like what my self tanner around my hands and wrists always looks like. So, but hey, if you only see it from there, I do actually really like this. And I have searched for this. This came from Amazon. No, I got this at a trade show one time. It's hard to believe there's not a whole shit ton of elastic panther rings. It had a matching necklace, but I was like, that necklace, that's just too much. I'm not that kind of girl. Like, I'm not about over the top flashy shit. So the necklace, no. Yes, it's Cartier inspired. Hey, nonsense. How are you? Oh, snakes. Did you get them from Teemu or from Temu? It's Teemu. I have really been, I'm telling you, of all the junk jewelry that I have ordered from Teemu, which isn't tons, but until the next order comes. But what I have ordered, I have to say, I have been very pleasantly surprised. It is shockingly substantial. Nothing has turned my ears or fingers green. Uh, which, by the way, here's a little hack that a friend of mine told me years ago. I had never heard this, but I think it works. She told me that if you take, especially with rings, if you take, before you wear it, if you take clear nail polish and just put a thin coat on the part that, wherever it's going to be touching your skin for a ring, you don't have to put it all over, just the bottom and maybe a little on the sides. She swears by it. I did try it, but it was a piece that had already, turned a little bit. So, but it's worth a try. I promise you, if I still had a retail store, there would be no need to ever go to Atlanta to go to market for, not for jewelry and shit like that. I would just treat, because I'm telling you, Teemu at their retail prices are far cheaper than any vendor I ever bought junk jewelry from at the market in Atlanta or Orlando. Orlando doesn't have a market per se, but the convention center does host they did it at least twice a year, immediate delivery, which is just cash and carry. You don't have to make orders. It's all laid out and you cash and carry. Hey B Tim, how you doing? I know B Tim is not an advocate for Teemu. Yeah, my husband was not, but he's, for the reasons previously stated, Your Honor, he's sort of a little bit. Listen, it's always about self-preservation, okay? Real girl. No, I do not smoke. I do not vape. None of the above. I keep candles in my office. But now that I have that wax melter, it's just a lamp that the ones I've had in the past, you take the small little cubes of wax and you put them in the dish and then it's lit from underneath but typically the dish is up here and you've got at least that much room between the dish with the wax and the bulb in the bottom. So they never worked. Not in my house because the ceilings are very high and the rooms are larger. So in a bathroom or something, but this thing that I got for Christmas from my sister-in-law, it's the opposite. The bulb is about that far, and I put a lid to another candle underneath the base and it puts it closer. Since I have found those things, I will never burn another wick. Well, in my office, because I don't have one in my office, but that would be the only way I would do it. Oh, I never do a patch test ever. Hey, Ninth Live, how are you? But I probably should. Hey, Zen, how you doing? Well, my microphone thanks you. My husband was hilarious when he found out I bought that. And he's like, honey, it probably just got knocked out of the back of the computer. I said, you may be right. I said, but it sucks. And then he wanted to tell me how highly rated it was on Amazon. And I was like, well, my adoring YouTube fans, they do not agree with that. That's the point when he said, well, did they set up a GoFundMe for you to buy it? I'm like, no, don't you remember what we're saving the damn dirty pennies for? A microphone. Do we have enough yet? Do I need to call Brinks to come and pick them up and take them to the damn? Doesn't Walmart have one of those machines? My grocery store has one. Coinstar. Yes, I've used it. My son had. Actually, my husband. Holy shit! I forgot about this. Back in the day, we had a damn Zephyr Hills water cooler bottle, the kind you put in the office size. So I have used them before. Yes, Coinstar. I had to stop using it at the one store, my Publix, because it would be my son's, and when it would get filled up, I would, we'd take it and dump it. Yeah, I got scolded because there were things in the money that were not money, and apparently it fucked up their machine. Like, I know one was a button, like a metal button, and then there was something else that was in there. Yeah. Hey, SoFlo, how you doing? Oh, yeah, not good. But yes. Hi, Rapper. That was from the days of I mean, I come from a time when my mom would go to the bank, like when my piggy bank got filled up. My mom tried, she really did. She tried to instill good financial habits in me. It was funny because there was me and my sibling, I promise you, still has birthday money from 1975 in a CD that's probably made. I always wanted, my mother had to force me to save half. But I remember you'd have to go to the bank and you'd get these like different colored paper sleeves and you would have to roll the change. I remember my mom used to let me have the, hey Johnson, how you doing? I remember my mom would let me keep all the S&H green stamps. Oh my God, I was a licking fool. And they had this weird, like, they were like a really pale pastel green. And after you licked enough of them, they actually started to taste like mint, but not like a mint mixed with glue. But yeah, my mom would let me keep them. Oh, I didn't even know Ruby Frankie was being sentenced. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that she got a lot of time. What a sorry. That was so Ruby Frankie, are you in my computer? That's so crazy. I just yeeted myself somehow and I didn't even touch anything. But anyway, the S&H yeah, I wasn't down with the S&H green stamp thing until my mom explained to me there's a store that once you get all those books filled up, I'll take you to the store and you can use the books to buy stuff. And I was like, bring it on. And they were like, they looked like they were cut with little crimping scissors. Oh, they were pretty. Hey, Earth Angel. Hi, Bama G. Okay. One of the reasons I figured I better get my ass in here and you know, do a live, besides the fact that I haven't seen you guys in a while and I miss you. So, because I haven't even been in chats much. We've been we are embarking on the incredibly slippery slope of what was supposed to be bedroom furniture. Well, what it has morphed into, and I'm happy to report it does not involve oh, well, no, that would be a lie. Never mind. I was going to say it does not involve forklifts or bulldozers. It will involve forklifts. It is not going to involve bulldozers. Yeah. I've wanted new bedroom furniture for a while. So my husband just out of the blue said, "Oh, you know what? President's Day, that's a big day for furniture sales." And I'm like, "Really? It is? Why?" He's like, "I don't know, but it is." So he said, "I'm going to look online and see if anybody's got, anything that looks like it's really a sale, or, even if I see anything that looks good. And if so, you want to go?" And I'm like, "Is the Pope Catholic? Have you met me?" Yeah, hell yeah, I want to go. And if we could go via, um, never mind. So yes, I pretended I sat on the couch and acted like I didn't care, like I wasn't the least bit curious about let my fingers do the walking. I already knew in my mind what I wanted. But so he said, "Yeah, when do you want it? We can go this weekend." In Florida, we had rain Saturday and Sunday. I'm talking nonstop. I have not seen rain like that in quite a while. But we did in fact have a big front, and um it just rained for 2 solid days. So on Sunday, we were going to go on Saturday, but I decided that it would be a good idea to relocate things from one closet into the guest room. I have some lovely bookshelves in there that are not being, they had stuff on them, but not, it was very poor. It was a lot of shelves, a lot of space not being utilized to um the best way. So for some reason last week I got the bright idea. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to, because my husband and I share a closet in the bedroom. And yes, I have probably 75% of it and he has the rest. But he understands how this works. Like, that dude, sorry, you can take one for the team. Um that the clothes are in. I've got clothes in other closets, but there's a small, kind of like a large linen closet size across from the regular closet where I keep bags and shoes and jewelry and things like that. Well, I decided for some reason that, oh, I think I should move all of the shoes and the bags to the guest room. And then I envisioned all this room, this free space I was going to free up, where I was going to take things that are already folded on. I have a dresser in that closet where I keep, you know, undergarments, tank tops, t-shirts, things like that. And then there's your shelves where there's jeans, but a lot of this stuff, like a lot of the jeans and things, I don't even see them unless I go digging, because they're being covered by things that are hanging, and they're, obstructing the view of what's on the shelves. So, oh yes, I had this grand plan. It was going to be wonderful. So that was what I decided to do Saturday. I don't know why I thought it was going to be a quick process, but my husband said, "What time do you want to go?" And I said, well, I'm gonna, relocate things from our room into the guest room. And that shouldn't take too long. Famous last words. When that's done, we can go. Okay, well, whenever you're ready. He's just in there working away in his office, which is across from the guest room. So I filled up one of those, you get them at like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, all the stores have them, those reusable shopping bags. I got the first one filled up and started dragging it across the house. And his office door was about halfway open. I got one bag put up and I said, "Okay, I'm ready." It's like, no, fuck. There's only 2 days in the weekend. The sales probably, it's all bullshit. None of that shit's on sale. All they do is they change the price tag, they raise it up to then just knock it back down to the price it is every day of the week, and maybe take a percentage off of that. So you think you're getting some big sale, but nonetheless, I was not about to let a shopping opportunity pass me by. So I said, "You know what, honey, this is a little more involved than I thought it was going to be." And he just started laughing and said, "Yeah, like, you weren't expecting that?" I said, No, apparently I wasn't." So I did complete that Saturday. And well, I did get part of the thing. I got I got all the shoes out. However, I did not free up every single shelf like I had envisioned in my mind. And I was over it. So I just shoved all that shit back in there and shut the door and said, "Out of sight." And the bulk of, the shoes, that's what I wanted to get done. So that got done. The rest, I was like, there's nothing in there I need within the next whenever I get it done. So, Sunday, I said, "Okay, let's go when they wake up." And thank God we did, because it ended up, they didn't open till like, I think 12. Yeah, because I left my house at like 11. It, even my husband, this is how it started. We get to the destination. I'm looking all around. I'm like, "Yeah, I like that. I like that." I said, don't y'all have another location, don't you? That's much bigger. Uh, yeah, we do. And immediately this sales guy, bless his heart, he just like a heat-seeking sales missile, sales associate. He just attached himself to my husband. I don't like that. I'm not that kind of shopper. Um, even when I had my own store, this is how I handled everybody who walked in the door, um, especially people I did not know. Hi, how are you? Um, I'm Lisa, and if there's anything I can help you with, just let me know. I am like, well, our sales associate at store number one, while a very nice man, that definitely was not how he that was not his sales playbook. No, he was following me like a puppy dog, and I gave my husband a look like, entertain him. Like this dude, I don't like that. Like he was very nice. He was an old man. I mean, he was very nice, but it's like, please, when I see something I have a question about, I promise I will ask. Apparently they're 100% commission because it was like high pressure. So we looked at a couple things and I was like, well, I like the bed, but I don't like any of the shit that goes with it. And I don't have to be all matchy. That's not like my husband. He wants matchy, but I would be fine with whatever. Hey chaos. I do not care what's trending. No, I like what I like, whether it's, what year is this? 2024 or 2000. I like what I like. So, but I saw things, but then I said to my husband, let's go to the other one because I know it's much bigger. And we did, and it is. And of course, the sales guy from the first store said, well, everything they have, we have here. They just have a lot more space to spread it all out. What else is he going to say? So, and furniture's expensive. It's an investment. And I wanted to make sure, I had very strict time constraints. Strike while the iron's hot. My husband is in the mood. He is in the mood to buy some furniture. So, not that he would never, like, if I'd have waited 2 weeks, he would have never said, oh, no, I changed my mind. No, never. But I wanted to get it done. So, went to the next place. The guy was right. They basically had, but the good part, hey Tia, hey Sherlock homie, how are you? The good thing about going to the other one is it's much larger and the lighting was much better. So what was crazy is, it's funny, like just like I said with the lipsticks, I can go into any store that sells any brand I've ever used for a long time. This is MAC. This color I've used a long time. And I will just naturally pull a color and I'll look and say, oh, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We all do this. You like what you like. So sure enough, it looked a little different because the lighting was better and it was much more merchandised, let's just say. So we kind of had decided, and I said, okay, but here's the next question. And most people wouldn't even probably think of this, but because I used to have a store, not a furniture store, but I had a store, and because I try and be a considerate person, I said to my husband, so here's the question. Do we just have them write the order here? Or do we go back to the first guy and give him the sale? And he said, we're going back to the first guy to give him the sale. And I said, yeah, I think we should too. So, and that's what we did. We did make 2 more stops because there were 2 other stores between there. Not as the quality, not as good. Less expensive, but in certain things, you absolutely get what you pay for. And my advice is Buy the best that you can afford to buy, whatever that is. But I said, you know what? Let's just stop. We're going by. There's no reason not. Zen, I will tell Mr. Crimes and Fashion that you like him. I like him too. He really is a saint. I have contacted the Vatican. And it works nicely that we do happen to be Catholic. Bad Catholics. But I have contacted the Vatican and said, could y'all just email me with all the qualifications for putting someone up for sainthood? I do believe that's called beatification. That is the process of what. And now, how does that work? They have to perform at least 2 miracles, I believe. Oh God, miracle. Shit, I can give you an alphabetical listing, one for every letter of the alphabet, just on the miracles he's performed with me. Okay? You want miracles? I'll give you miracles. But 3? Okay. They have to do 3. No problem. We got that covered. But I thought, you know what? Let's just stop, because why not? And we did. And one of them, I was absolutely fucking blown away. I was like, oh my God, I'm pretty sure I bought my couch when I was like 20 something from this store. And it was gorgeous. What the hell happened? I had to laugh. In one of the stores we were in, one of the 2 before we went back to the first one, there's a couple. We're walking by, because you just kind of like follow, you just walk around, and he's on this couch and we're just walking by at just the perfect time. And I hear the wife say, I don't care if it's comfortable. It's ugly as shit. And I just fucking started laughing. And I looked at him and I said, I concur. It's ugly as shit. It was it was a total man thing. It was, oh God, it was like the leather was such dark brown, it was almost black. It was ugly. And they had it like in a log cabin kind of setting. It was so funny. And yeah, we and they were on me the minute it was raining. So my husband, being the chivalrous prince that he is, he would drop me off at the door at each place, even though I had on my damn North Face camouflage. Yes, I do wear camouflage. It's a North Face camouflage rain hoodie, but it's super thin, and it's got a drawstring on each side so you can cinch the waist, and it's got a hood. But the beauty of that thing is it is so lightweight that it's, what like umbrellas are made out of? That's what the whole jacket's made out of. So it's perfect because you don't have to take it on, take it off. I just wore it the whole time. Yes, like a princess. True story. My name in my husband's phone, his name and mine is Mr. Wonderful, and my name and his is Princess Lisa. But we quickly exited the second store of the 2 in the middle and went back to the last one. Now, here's how it started. Hey, Ellie, here's how it started when we got there. We did the lap. My husband said, king? You want a king? You don't want another queen, do you? We have always had a king bed. My husband has always been opposed to a king bed. We've always had a queen. I don't know why. But so when he said, I've always wanted a king. So when he said, you want a king, right? I said, yes. I didn't even think, yes. So as we were making a lap through the store, they very conveniently have mattresses in the back. Now, this is the first trip. We're walking by, and they only sell 2 kinds of mattresses, one of which has been my dream for many years. But my husband knows, like I'm all fucking busted up. I have a lot of very well documented neck and back issues. Like when I get up in the morning, you would think I was 90. I'm like everything is just super stiff and I I pretty much limp when I get up in the morning. I'm like I'm bent over and as I stand up and acclimate to standing up, I get a little more, "Hey Cocoa Puff, how are you?" So I have a legit reason. I have a medical need. That just reminded me, holy shit. Do you know that if you have a documented medical need for a certain kind of mattress and your doctor will write you a note, you do not have to pay the sales tax on it. I have a tax number anyway, so but my husband being Mr., straight as an arrow, I said, "Hey, if you want to use my tax number, we won't have to pay sales tax on this shit." And he's like, "No, we'll pay the tax." But so trip number one, as we're making our way around, and they only sell two types of mattresses, one of which is my absolute dream. That would be the Tempur-Pedic. As we're wandering through, he says, we are not getting a mattress here. We will get a mattress somewhere else. And he's looking and he's like, "Oh, are you fucking kidding me?" And I actually was like, I get it. I understand. So we leave. Now we're back. We give the guy, as it was funny because when we were on the way there, I said, "Well, you know what? I think John is going to be very pleasantly surprised when he sees us." And now, isn't this always how it goes? We get there, and John, who was just about surgically attached to either myself or my husband took over hand holding the salesman because he knew I was like at my salesperson shadow threshold. Well, when we got back, do you think we could find him? He was helping someone else. But yes, he was, "Oh, hey, welcome back." Blah, blah. I said, "Okay, well, we know what we want." We were doing so good. So my husband's like, "Okay, so the bed, the dresser, and I'm looking at there's a nightstand, but my husband's like, "Don't you think that other thing would be better?" Have y'all ever heard of this? A bachelor's chest? I have never heard of that before. But it's crazy because it's kind of like it's kind of like a dresser, but it doesn't look like a dresser. And it was next to the bachelor's chest was next to one side of the bed, and the dinky ass nightstand was on the other side. Now, this is how I know my husband's getting into it by this point because he's like, "Well, I don't know. Don't you think we should get the big thing, two of the big things rather than a nightstand?" I said, "Hell yes." Like, yet again, didn't I already ask you if you have met me? Have you ever known me to opt for the downward modification when the upwards modification is in play? Oh, you have a bachelor's chest, crazy nurse? Zen has heard of it. Okay, I had never heard of it. So I'm like, "Yeah, okay, great." He goes off to use the bathroom. I'm sitting there just spinning around in this very comfortable barrel chair, and one spun and one rocked, and I haven't been in like a rocking chair in 100 years, but it felt like a glider. Oh my God, it was fabulous. So I'm sitting there either spinning or rocking, whatever the hell the case may be, and he starts writing up the order, and he says, "Oh no," he said, I'm gonna go to my desk and get it ordered something." Okay. I'm sitting there, my phone, my battery's almost dead, but I'm like, I'm taking pictures. He comes back, he's like, well, we've got a little problem. I'm like, fucker, if this turns out like, if this is a fucking Ulta of furniture stores, we are going to be on the evening news tonight because I've had all day of this shit. He's like, got the bed, no problem. Dresser, no problem. Bachelor's chest. Well, how did he put it? He very diplomatically said, we underestimated the demand for these and we under ordered. And I said, I was ready to say, fuck it. We'll go somewhere else. Because I said, well, can't you order them? Yeah. But I just was like, there's no way. I'm not taking the nightstands. They're too small. And they would have been. So God bless. Here comes my husband, who's nothing ruffles him. And if it does, he would never show you. I said, we have a problem. And I tell him what the problem is. And he's like, so what? We'll just wait. My husband's hilarious. He says, we'll just use milk crates. He said, how about I just hire somebody to stand next to the bed and hold your drink for you, honey? I'm like, okay, well, since you offered a solution. I'm like, yeah, listen, bitch, keep it in perspective. Okay, you can fucking wait. So I said to the dude, well, what kind of time frame are we talking? And he said, well, I've got several shipments coming and I can try. He never should have told me this. He said, I can try to take, basically, if a lot of times people, especially when they're building a house, they'll come in and they'll order shit way in advance. But then, if you've ever built a house, nothing happens when it's supposed to. He said, if I can pull from another order, I absolutely will. I said, what if you can't? Well, we have a shipment coming in March, but that's already gone. I couldn't pull from it. Okay. He said, another one in May. I said, May? I can't promise that one. I said, just tell me what's the worst case scenario. June. I said, and are you telling me June? June is a guarantee. Latest. June's guaranteed latest. I said, okay. Well, my husband's like, it's fine, honey. It's just fine. Okay. So that's what we're doing. So as I'm waiting, they're putting the shit in the computer. Well, I start walking around because I've been spinning and rocking in this chair forever. So back to the mattress section. Now, remember what he said when we got in there? We are not buying a mattress here. He looks at me, he's like, do you want to just look at a mattress here? Because I know my husband does not want to go to another damn store. He just doesn't want to do the running around. So now I'm really getting excited because I'm like, shit, does he know that they only sell 2 kinds of mattresses back there? And I am happy to report I am awaiting my king-size Tempur-Pedic bed with adjustable frame. That part's for my husband. I couldn't have cared less about that damn adjustable frame. What's the funny part of this story? And damn it, I can't believe we didn't. Maybe my husband did film it. I think he did. If he did, I will post it. Well, if you've ever seen a Tempur-Pedic commercial back in the OG days, and I think they still do it. What is the demonstrative that they use to show you how you will not feel movement on this mattress? That would be a wine glass. And I swear to God, there was a wine glass on a nightstand next to the bed. And my husband held it up and he said, "Do you want to take the wine glass test?" I said, "Oh my God, can we put shit in it?" Because hell yes, I do. Hi, Elaine. And I did. I took my shoes off and I got on that damn thing and I jumped on it. And I swear to God, the glass did not move. But then we had the choice: soft, medium, firm. Firm was no way in hell. Soft was my first. That was like, oh, that's the one I want. But the sales guy kind of made the case for medium, and I'm glad he did, because he said several people that he had sold those to, and there was no difference in price, so I knew it wasn't like he wasn't trying to jack me around. He said several people that he knew and had sold to that bought the soft wished they had bought the medium. So I did take the test, and no, it didn't move. And I may, you know what? I may be taking a page out of a busted up dumbass blondes channel, and I may be kind of blonde-ish tones of what's supposed to be blonde. I might start doing some bed streaming because I don't know if I'll ever be getting out of bed again. But so we do that, okay? And we get home and my husband says, what do you think about changing the flooring in the bedroom?" I'm like, yes, I love that. And of course, up here I'm going, yeah, and I want to change out the countertops in the bathroom. I want to take the wallpaper down. I'm like, oh yeah. I try and act like I don't care. I try and act like, oh, I said, oh yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. Well, bedroom furniture has now led to, hi, Running Bear, how are you? All the flooring in the whole house is being it needs to be, because the flooring that we had put down, just a couple years ago, we both hate it. I hate the color. It doesn't, so yeah. And yeah, my husband was walking by I have a fireplace between my living room and it's in the kitchen kind of, but it's kind of hard to explain, but you can see it from two different rooms and we never use it. It's been used 2 times since I've been here. But it's got a stone top on it. So he's walking by yesterday and goes, maybe we could get a nice, like a really pretty colored quartz to put on. And I'm, oh yeah, that'd be nice. That one's not happening because you can't get like a remnant kind of thing. And that's way at the end of the list. But yeah, they came by yesterday and they're going to be, I think they're going to get all of it, all the flooring on Thursday. My house is going to be torn the hell up. We're going to go, they're going to do one room at a time so I can, I've lived through this kind of thing before and it's going to suck. It's going to be a nightmare. I'll probably be on an air mattress in my office before this is over. But yes, I'm very much looking forward to it. And I may very well show you guys when it's all done. We'll see. My husband probably won't be down with that, but now, okay. So moving on to the topic of the show today, which is what's the title? It's in the bag. Well, I've been saying for a while, y'all, that I was going to do played around with what's in my bag. And what was the other one? Oh, yes, makeup. We're going to do that. But the reason I thought oh, we're going to do what's in my bag. Because for the last few days, I have, it was raining. And, listen, most of us have several bags, different sizes for different occasions. Well, I've had this bag for 100 years. It shows, but it's good for, if it's raining, whatever, because it's nylon and it's like nothing's ever seemed to hurt it. So I grabbed it the other day. And I mean, the fact that it weighed so much should have been my first clue, but it's been a while since I used it, and my goodness, I was in the car pulling shit up. I was like, what in the hell? Now, I cheated a little because I put the shit back in that I took out and left in the car to take, at least 20 pounds out of the bag. But I thought, well, this is what was in the bag when I got in the car. So, hey, I cheated a little and I put it back in the bag, but it was there. So I thought, let's see what's in my bag. I'm not a minimalist. Nobody's ever accused me of that. So let's see. Oh, God. Yeah. I mean, honest to Christ, this heavy, very heavy. But yeah, I mean, you look at the handle. Like you can see, this bag has been very loved, which does make the case for, sometimes if, better quality things, they last longer. All right, not necessarily in the order in which I found them in the bag. Ooh, look at this. Got my little Lily Pulitzer baseball hat. Now, you might ask, what, ma'am, why the hell do you have a baseball hat in your purse? Well, it's Florida, and you never know when you're, Oh, no, real girl, I'm not changing my office. I like my office. I did toy around with changing out the wallpaper, but that'll lead to a whole no. Okay, so we got the hat. Oh my. 2 lollipops, one of which I'm gonna have for lunch. This is a jewelry display. This is for earrings. Trying to remember why would I have, and it's not been used. I think the reason I have this is because I've told y'all before that my mailbox is not at my door. It's across the street from my house. So I forget to check the mailbox for a long time. I've actually had the post office put a note in the box saying, empty it, bitch, if you want your mail, because we can't shove any more in. So my guess is that was probably an Amazon that I opened up in the car and then just threw in my purse. Oh, I love this. And I'm not a fan of lipstick, y'all. Or lip gloss. I hate lip gloss. This, though, buxom. I don't know what color this is, but if you like lip gloss, it is such a pretty just like a Aurora Borealis color. What is this? Oh, and this is that kind that, Plump Shot. And listen, this is a gimmick, okay? I don't care who makes it. I am telling you, all of this kind of product is an absolute gimmick. Putting like kind of Tabasco-ish product in a lip gloss is not going to make you have lovely bee stung looking plump lips. It's a gimmick. No, it doesn't matter what brand it is. Nothing you're going to find in one of these is going to make you look like you've had your lips done, if that's what you're, going for. But the color is fantastic. And I hate lip gloss. So if it gets the Crimes and Fashion seal of approval, it's good. Color-wise. Okay, at least this one makes sense. A charging box with two cords. Oh my goodness, those aren't very long, are they? Do they even work? Okay. I guess if I sit on the floor right next to, but I guess it's better than nothing. If you need to charge your phone, it's definitely better than nothing. This one, I have no earthly idea what this is about. This is a votive candle, or a tea light. It's the tea light. This is a tea light candle. If I had to guess, I would say this was I must have grabbed something from somewhere. I don't know. No idea. It hasn't been used either. Glasses. Cheaters. These are cheaters. Oh, yes, these. I like these. But I like these the least of all mine. Oh, I don't know. Now that I'm, certain things. Ow! Shit. Now I'm going to have damn lipstick across the bridge of my nose. I'm going to have to fix that. Okay. Glasses. What else have we got in here? Oh, Jesus. This, my husband looked at me and he was like, a bottle of 19 Crimes red wine, 2020 vintage. My girlfriend that I go down to her house, once every 6 weeks or so, and I stay the night. We were going to something on the beach. And I guess, I wonder if that's what the candle's for. Were we going to have just like a lovely little seance maybe? I don't know. But it hasn't been opened. At least I don't think it has. But I mean, this is the perfect size. It travels. Obviously, it travels well. And it's more than a glass. I mean, this is, well, I guess it depends on what kind of a glass. I like a giant, probably as big around as like a brandy snifter. A proper red wine glass. That is one of my biggest bitches when I go to a restaurant. And this Bonefish is notorious for this. They never used to be until they went corporate and franchised. They always gave you red wine in a proper wine glass until they became part of the Darden chain, who owns Red Lobster. I think is Capitol Grill. One of the good steakhouses is owned by Darden owns a whole bunch of restaurants, but at any rate, they now serve red wine in a little tiny, like, I wouldn't even put white wine in the glass they serve red wine in. It's not. And I don't know. Oh, and when I asked the first time, I don't rarely go there anymore, but when they first switched over, because we used to go there, once a month or so. My husband loves that bang bang shrimp. When they first switched over and they brought the wine over, I said, "Oh, can you do me a favor? Can you just ask them to put that in a red wine glass?" Oh, well, we only use that on, and I don't know what did she call them? Because I wasn't drinking. I mean, basically, she was saying, "Look, bitch, you're drinking the cheap shit, and we only put it in a proper red wine glass if you get a premium." I like this. I was guarantee you, because I know it's the only thing I ever drank there, was La Crema, and it was either a Merlot or a Cab. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not a wine snob. No, that would be my mother and father are wine snobs. I don't know tons about wine, but I like what I like. And I know that even at Bonefish, that wine is like $18 a glass. So yeah, I guess you've got to spend $40 to get a red wine glass. I don't know, but I was like, I don't care what you call it. It's red. And if it's red, it should go in a red wine glass. I'm a big stickler about putting things in the proper vessels. Yes, they do have a Ruth's Chris in Florida. They have several. I'm not sure. Hey, True Jedi. Well, you're going to be bored. We're not hate bonding. We're going through my purse to see what's in my bag. Okay, what's up next? Oh, a little clip. I use these for, actually, believe it or not out in the wild, but a lot of times in here, if I've got something on that's, not staying in place how I want it to, because it's maybe a little big. Ladies, this is a great alteration. So watch. If it's like something in the back, you just want to make it a little tighter, just take it and there you go. It's like doing an alteration with a metal hook. But I was probably using it for the multitude of receipts. Oh my God. You know how this goes when you never change your. Oh, this one was classic. Just receipts of all kinds of just little shit from Santa. But this is a special Santa, kids. Let me see if Santa's. There were several of these, and I know exactly why I have these. Because my sister-in-law gave me this. She gave me this and a bunch of other ones for the cat. This has got catnip in it. And there is a little, somewhere in here, there is a little baggie of what looks like either shake from the worst weed on earth, like what we used to smoke back in my day. All stems and seed, and the shake is the shit left in the bottom of the bag. Yeah, so it's either that or oregano, or it's catnip. It's catnip. Oh, to-do list. Let's see what I had on my list and what I actually did. Publix. I'm assuming if some of these other ones were crossed off that I definitely went to Publix. So I'll just go ahead and do there we go. I went. Although I'm always going to Publix. When am I not? No, I've never smoked catnip. But I don't know what it is about catnip, but find me a cat that does not start tripping balls when you give them catnip. I don't know what it is. It is literally like weed for cats. No, but I do remember. Listen, Lisa's never smoked catnip, but I do remember in high school. I didn't do it, but there was somebody in school that was going around selling oregano. I mean, I would think that in short order they would have been found out because, I mean, kind of like this. Look, the power of suggestion is what tells women that buying this Tabasco flavored, I mean, it's like a Tabasco, some kind of capsaicin. Isn't that what's in hot sauce? What's that scale called that they rate hot sauces? The capsaicin scale, isn't it? That's what it is, but they don't call it that. They call it something else. But it's the power of suggestion. So it's why women think that rubbing this on your lips is going to make you look like you've just had, a few syringes of Juvederm. No. Just like I would think somebody can tell you that the oregano they are rolling in a joint is the best weed you've ever smoked. But I mean, it's only going to go so far. The power of suggestion. Hi. Oh, Scoville. Yes. Thank you, PD. Yes. Hi. Welcome. And thank you for saving the day. Returns HG, that would be Home Goods. That's not scratched off, but it's probably not scratched off because that was one of those 8,000 receipts I just threw on the floor. I just keep it on there because there's always a Home Good returns. Call the groomer. I did do that. Fresh Pet, not scratched off, but I'm sure I got it. Call my girlfriend. That's scratched off. RSVP to an event. I did that. Shoes for said event. Not scratched off. So I'm going to keep this out for when I go out into the living room. Oh, honey, I've got this to-do list. I've only got one more very pressing thing that I need to take care of. Oh, blanket for the bed. Okay. I have a periodical in here. Yes, I have a Vogue magazine from, I threw this in there because I was going to the doctor and I thought, you know what month is this? Oh, damn, I just passed isn't it usually on the, oh, Jesus, September. Talk about old news. Hey, Rachel. September. Well, come on. It's about the greatest supermodels of all time. I guess I was looking for my picture on here. By the way, is it Hulu? I think it's Hulu. Has this basically in a show. And there was only one where I was like, which one was it? It wasn't Lynn. I can't remember, but she was the only one that I didn't think still looked fantastic. And she didn't because she's done too much shit to her face. Oh. Ulta catalog. That one is from the other day. I shoved it in there because I was going to look at it in the car. This is the. Oh, my mom gave me this. I had one. She was cleaning something out and wanted to know if I wanted it. I said, I already have one you gave me, but yes, I will take that. This is from, of course, I can't read any of it because it's in Spanish. This is from the Balenciaga Museum in Spain. I think it's in Spain. What the hell does that say? Oh, I should get my little. I can't read it, but I think it's yes, Spain. I made her go there. I said, listen, I need you to go see that Balenciaga museum. Happy Meal toy. Don't hate. Don't hate. I've made no secret of the fact that I used to really love a Happy Meal. I've kind of gone to Burger King lately. I like the Whopper. Fuck the Big Mac. But funny story about Happy Meal toys. I used to eat at least one a week. My husband would, at least once a week, he would stop on the way home and bring me a Happy Meal. And I started accumulating quite a collection of Happy Meal toys. I would throw them in a box underneath my liquor cabinet. And do you know that when my girlfriend had a garage sale, that I do not know what was going on that made me consent to participating in a garage sale. Now, if she lived next door to me, it wouldn't have been so bad. But I actually, I know what it was. When the house got repainted, I had a bunch of stuff that I didn't want it anymore. It didn't match. So, and some of it was just nothing good. I donated, but there was some stuff I'm like, I'm not giving that shit to the Goodwill. I'll hold on to it. My husband's like, what the hell do you hold on to it? Bullshit. There's enough shit in that garage. No, either throw it out or do something with it. So yeah, I loaded it all in my car, whatever would fit, and went to her garage sale because she lives in a neighborhood where they do these community garage sales, and people, it goes in the newspaper or whatever they put garage sales on nowadays. And people, if you build it, they come. And as I was digging through a bunch of shit, do I want this? Get rid of that? Because I was kind of getting in the spirit. I'm like, well, I got all that shit in the garage shoved in my car. So maybe there's some stuff around the house I need to get rid of. I found my box of Happy Meal toys. And do you know, I just picked up the whole box. And when we did the pricing, I was hilarious. I said, listen, I'm telling you right now, we are not dealing in coins. No coins. And this ain't let's make a deal. I am not Wink Martindale. Okay. It's already a damn deal. I had to bend on that one just a little bit. I did not bend on the coins. I'm like, if you offer me anything metal, I'm going to throw said metal at you. No coins. We make everything an even number. There's no coins. Paper currency only. Towards the end, I was paying them. I'm like, I will pay you if you will take this shit out of here. Most of it sold. I'm happy to report. I made like $200. That's fucking $200 the hard way. We had to get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I stumbled out of bed, walked into the kitchen, poured myself a cup of ambition, yawned and stretched and tried to come to life. I looked at her and I said, how about I write you a check for whatever we're going to make today? And I'm going back to bed. This is uncivilized. But by the time we got to the end of the day, which was really a few hours, and I mean it was fun. Not really. I had my box of Happy Meal toys that I was like, nope, those are. I'm not breaking. That's a set, and I'm not breaking up the set. You want one, you take them all. And I think I had like, I don't know, $5. And I'm thinking of my husband. He's like, who the fuck is gonna buy? He's like, if they want Happy Meal toys, they'll just go to McDonald's, get a damn Happy Meal. I was happy to report when I came home. I said, let me tell you something. My box of Happy Meal toys, I got $5. He said, are you shitting me? Who the hell would buy $5? Pay $5 for a box of plastic Happy Meal toys. I said, she told me she was a teacher and she was going to use them in her treasure box. And ever since then, I just keep saving them. I'm like, listen, there's some either well-behaved, well, yeah, it wouldn't be misbehaving. There's a well-behaved child out there somewhere who might otherwise not be rewarded for their good behavior if it's not for my Happy Meal collection. So, yep, that would have been from a trip to McDonald's. My cheaters. Love those. Oh, I used to put like, I'm having an out of money experience. And it's got like little business cards, probably like, like back in the old, oh, I have a library card. Look at that. That's so cute. I would show it, but I don't want to. I promise I'm not like, oh, there's some pictures in there, like back old school, the way we used to do it. Rewards cards, library cards. Well, around here, there's probably not a lot of library cards floating around. Oh, never know when you might need some scissors, but these are definitely like safety scissors. You couldn't hurt anybody with these. You also couldn't cut very much, but never know when you're going to need to cut a tag or a string or who knows. Tell me this. Tell me if this creeps you, if this would creep you guys out. This happened to me the other day. I'm standing in line at the grocery store waiting to get a sub made. And all of a sudden, I feel someone's hand on my shoulder and a woman saying, oh, I'm sorry. You've got this long hair on the back of your shirt and I've just got to get it off. Hi, Dan. And of course, I said, oh, thanks. But I'm like, I mean, I get it. We've all seen some woman with stray hair on her outfit, but I just was kind of like, I gotta fix this hair. I don't know. I was just kind of creeped out by this woman, like, because she didn't just pull the hair. She put her hand on my shoulder and I was like, oh, what the hell is that? Yeah, I thought it was kind of weird, but she was very nice, but it was kind of like, oh, I don't know how I feel about that. I wouldn't do it. I mean, I would maybe say to someone, oh, I just want to let you know there's a big blonde hair on the back of your black, and I did have on a black shirt. Would you like me to pull it up? Oh, this is a little a lint thing. It's just a little miniature one. I have the bigger version that I use on my couch. Because Whoopi, well, sorry, Whoopi, I shouldn't put all that on you. The short-haired cats, they actually shed much worse than Whoopi. Damn it. Why don't I get to the part where there's a hair pony? Hold on. I know there's one in here. Oh, I don't know. Maybe not. It's every other fucking thing in the world. Oh my God. Are you serious right now? A beauty blender. I have a beauty blender in my purse, but I don't have a damn hair tie? No, this cannot be. What? Oh, come on. I have a purse inside of a purse inside of a purse. Okay. How can this be? Oh, no. This is how I know. This is how long this purse has been hanging around. Honolulu Sun, Bath and Body Works lotion that, oh my God, I'm shocked that it's actually moving, but it's moving in one big blob, one big congealed blob. Okay. Come on. How is there not a hair tie? What's this? Body, so that's some kind of body lotion. Oh, isn't she cute? Okay. Beauty blender. Funny thing is, I don't even wear, like, I wear tinted moisturizer, but I bounce it. You would bounce it with the beauty blender, but I don't use that. I just do it with my fingertips. Oh, pretty animal print. Sparkly barrette. Dior Sauvage. This actually does smell really nice. They made it for men first. And oh, this was part of my damn Sephora birthday gift. And it had a little Dior, Miss Dior, which was very nice. Huda. This is, it's just clear. I use it at night after I brush my teeth. Oh, these I love. They come like 6 or 8 in a pack. Bye, Dolly. Sweet dreams. Well, I can't open it at the moment. That's how long it's been in here. Oh, so look. It's a secret macaron. You know, like if you carry around Tylenol or whatever you carry, it's for secret treasures. Thumbtacks. I mean, you know, whatever. Oh, a headband. Band-Aids. Oh boy. A whole bunch of perfume samples that I won't be able to read. But there's at least 6, 7, 8. Oh God. Holy crap. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep, 8. And I think one just dropped. Okay, let me put the crap back in here before I push it all off the desk. I know there was more. Oh, scissor. Oh gosh, I shouldn't put the scissors in there because if I ever have to take a trip to the airport and I forget that they're there, although I probably wouldn't be carrying this bag. And there is a purse insert inside this bag. And for those of you that are curious, this is just a very old school Prada nylon bag. And the reason that here's a good FYI. So if you have a bag that's, you know, slouchy like this, the reason that this is structured, I'm going to show you why in a minute when we're done. And I have a couple of these that I switch from bag to bag. I love them because this kind of a bag, this is not typically my favorite kind of bag. I like a very structured bag, but you can't fit as much in. Hi Tracy, how are you? Hey London girl. You can't fit as much in, a really structured, rigid form bag unless it's gigantic. I can put a lot more in I call it like a slouchy bag. Tape measure. I know I have another one of these too, because oftentimes I have to measure people or things. Just never know. Oh, my sunglasses that I showed you guys from Amazon, my Amazon cheap purple lens aviators, generic. These were like $12. I love them. An umbrella. Always need an umbrella in Florida, especially because it seems to always rain right after I get my hair done, like minutes after. Clip. I use that for all kinds of crap. There's the catnip. The catnip to go with Santa. Oh, what the hell is that? I have no clue what the hell why this. I spy with my little eye. Oh, is this part of like a tragedy pimp detective kit? There might be somebody I could pass that along to. Oh, this is one of those. God, I got this as a gift 100 years ago. And what's funny is I've only used one thing out of it. This is one of those like little mini survival kits. It's got an aspirin. It's got needle and thread, breath spray, something else I'm not remembering. Oh, another nail glue. Okay, I think I'm. Perfume, Joe Malone. Oh, what kind? I don't know. Can't see. And then yet another bag inside of the bag. But I think this has got a lot of. Oh, more cards of some kinds, various kinds. All the cash I have to my name. This is like, I don't know, I think it's like $30-$40 of that's for if I don't know, like I don't know why I makeup wipes. The hell is this? Aspirin of some kind? Yes, acetaminophen. My goodness. Another tape measure, a compact mirror, a pen. Do you think I can find a damn hair tie? What the hell is that about? What the hell is this? Oh, yes, this is for my alarm at the house. I've used this like once. I just am in the habit of always, there's an alarm pad at 2 different doors. So even though I had to have this, I've used it maybe twice at best. I can only remember once. Contact lenses, extra ones. Oh, look at, yes, lottery tickets from, see, this is how lazy I am. How much are these for? Oh, $10,000. That I would definitely have cashed in. I think one's 5 and one's like, one's 10, one's 5. What, like, look at these. I guarantee these are years old. Do they expire? I keep them with my emergency cash in case, like, I don't know. I guess I'm thinking that I can bargain with someone. Like, oh, tow truck driver. No, even that wouldn't be. Like, I don't know why I keep holding on to these. Like, oh, they're as good as cash. No, I'm just lazy. That's why I've had them. Okay. All right. So that's it. That's what's in my bag. Yep. Nothing else. Of course. Oh, and apparently quite a bit of coins. What the hell? All the coins I wasn't going to allow at the garage sale. Why would I have that? Oh, I think because I just throw shit in my purse and then eventually everything gets centrally located. That's crazy. I had to laugh. My husband. Oh, I was going to show you about the purse, Wyatt. Well, I'm going to show you what this bag. Okay, so this is before. Now I'm going to show you what's in it and what it looks like without it. Oh yeah. Oh look! Yay! Hair tie. This is full of glitter. This, it's kind of hard to see, but this is a purse insert. And it's got 1, 2, oh, it's got multiple pockets. Now, you want to see what that bag looks like without it? Without it, it's just, you can't really tell until you start putting shit in it. But when you put stuff in it, it doesn't hold its shape. But once you put it back in, there you go. There you have it. It's a little big, but I usually keep it in a different bag. And you can, I think I got this one on Amazon. There's tons of them. And y'all, I was looking for one the other day and they come in all different colors. Oh, it's back there. I'm like, what the hell is that sticking out? Boy, this hair has been giving me lots of problems today. Those inserts, they come in all different colors, different sizes, and anywhere from, I think the cheapest, this one, like I would not have paid a bunch of money for this because you don't have to. This was between, I would say, $12 and $15. I looked at one on Amazon the other day and it was like $50 because it was pink. And I know. It said large purse insert for LV never full. That is the Louis Vuitton bag. It's called the Never Full. It's their most popular style. And it's very similar to this. But they make it sound like, don't be fooled by things like that because they make it sound like that insert is made specifically for the Never Full. It is not. Those inserts, I don't know how many sizes they come in, but my guess would be small and large, maybe medium. You do not. And because they branded it as being for the Never Full, yeah, like $50. No, there's absolutely no reason to do that. and it's inside the bag. Nobody's going to see it. So if you are interested in getting one for your bag, I highly recommend them. They've got all these. I'll never be without one again. And I don't even remember where I heard of them. But now I've got to put all that shit. No, it's not all going back in. Ugh. See, that's what I hate about lip gloss. I mean, all lipstick does it. But I don't know. I just cannot stand lip gloss. That won't stop me from buying it, though. But I don't buy. I truly, that one, that Buxom, I bought because I love the color so much. But I find that, I don't know what it is, but lip gloss in particular, no matter how sparkly it looks in the tube, rarely does it ever translate out of the tube and on the lip. But I have to say, Buxom, and I've used their products before, but this, look, I'm going to show you now that I've wiped a lot of it off. Let me. Okay. That's almost, I mean, I have a little bit of MAC left on there, but I'm going to show you how pigmented this is. And for an Aurora Borealis, it is hard to get them, apparently, to translate, to really, like, you always see it very pigmented in the tube, but I've just never had luck getting it to transfer. And I've tried many, many brands, but I will tell you, this right here, this is better than, and when we do makeup, I'm going to bring them in for the comparison. I think this is like $22, 20, maybe 25. And I promise you, if this didn't have the color payoff, I would have absolutely taken it back for that kind of money. But there are two, SoFlo. They're just going to put some Botox right here. And if they put Botox like near I think is it the vermilion border? But I know they can do it with Botox. I have had it done before, but I didn't notice. It was just a little tiny, tiny bit, but I know that they definitely use it to do that. Just make sure they're not doing too much, or although I don't know if they could even get it to go more than you want it to, because I don't know how many. I don't know. I guess there is probably a lot of there's obviously a lot of movement. I don't know, but I know I did have it done once, and I think it was just because she was looking for there was just a little bit left. Or did she do it with, no, they do it with Botox, I think. I don't know. I know that like lip fillers, there's a lot of new injection techniques. The girl that I go to, she's a nurse practitioner, and she follows a couple other nurse practitioners on Instagram. And these are one's in Europe and one is here in the States. And the one in the States, she lives in, I believe it's Portland. And the girl I go to paid to go to a weekend course that she did. You stay on her property. She's got like a beautiful guest house where, the people, your accommodations are there. I guess you don't have to, but most people do. And they actually worked on cadavers. But she was just telling me that she's changing up some things that techniques for injecting. But yeah, they're coming up with new. It's not even the product. It's the way it's injected. Although there is something she told me that used to be, is it Sculptra? It's something that came out quite a while ago, and they stopped using it. But apparently now, because of advancements made in injecting techniques, placement, and they did do something to the formulation as well, but they're getting really good results with that, but only in specific areas. But yeah, I have 2 Dior Addict glosses in my bathroom that I thought were going to look like this when I bought them a long time ago. And they are nowhere even remotely close to this. And in this line, they had, I think, a total of 8 shades, maybe more. But I got to tell you, the color payoff. And something else that hold on, I'm going to open this lollipop, but I don't want to make you guys sit through the crackling of the paper. So hold on 1 second. I'm going to mute. What the hell was I talking about? Oh, something that I didn't know a long time ago when I was really in the height of my makeup obsession. You know how we'll see a color and, if you don't test it in the store and you test here or you put it on the top of your hand, wherever. Something that I didn't realize until, well, it's been a while now, but I wish I'd have known it many purchases ago, is everybody's lips are a different color. And for me, I have a lot of red naturally in my lips, which makes lipsticks look different on you. It's because we all think, hair color, complexion, that's how you pick, what colors are complementary to you. But in the case of lipstick, it's not just that. You have to take into account how much pigment you have in your actual lips, the skin on your lips, because it makes the product look differently. You know what? I think that's why I never did it again. Thinking about it, I remember it wasn't, and as we know, anybody who gets Botox or filler, you know that much like Maxwell House, good to the last drop. I actually one time had a little bit of filler left and not enough to do anything anywhere else. But she said, well, you want me to put it in your earlobes? I was like, why? Sure, but why? Why there? And for anybody that's worn heavy earrings and your lobes, and as you get older too, they start. God, life is so unfair. Even our fucking earlobes sag. You think men deal with that shit? No. But if you've worn heavy earrings at all in your life and with age, your earlobes will sag. And if you've got pierced ears, that grows as well. They can put Botox in your lobes and it just, plumps them back up again. Yes, Deanna, saggy lobes, saggy boobs, saggy ass. I don't have saggy boobs, but saggy ass, I mean, it's not as good as, that blonde, but blonde-ish, sort of, allegedly. Too easy. That's why they get handed the bill for all the shit we need. My husband, he said to me, he's like, honey, I'm just one. Well, first he used to say to me, honey, age, just embrace it. I'm like, fuck that. You embrace it. Embracing my ass. We don't have to embrace it. What are you talking about? I mean, and I do embrace it in the respect that I know what's important. You get to the stage of your life where you know what's important, you know what is absolutely not important, etc. So I very much do embrace it in that respect. You start getting older and you start to I start to see myself. You ever noticed how like everybody has somebody in their family who's older, and like my husband used to tease my mother-in-law about, like, if you go to dinner or a store, whatever, she's that person who will start talking to everybody, like just strike up a conversation. And my husband is always mortified by that. Like, oh, mom, stop. These people, what the hell? Why are you telling them your fucking life story? These people don't care. But it's funny because I'm starting to see myself kind of. But if I'll kiki it up in like the shoe department or the makeup counter. I'll talk to other women standing there. Who did I start talking to the other day? It was hilarious. Well, like the thing with the furniture store, I couldn't pass that up. But just random people at the grocery store for no reason except it's Tuesday at 3. No, but he definitely said, well, like, what, all that money on Botox, filler, all that shit, why don't you just get a facelift? And I'm like, do you think I need a facelift? He said, no, I don't think you need a facelift. I don't think you should ever do another damn thing except embrace it. And fuck that. I ain't embracing shit, okay? No, that is a resounding no, hell no. Except in the best kinds of ways. I will embrace the life lessons learned. I will embrace the idea that unfortunately more of my life is probably behind me than it is ahead of me. Like I can embrace shit like that. And because most of it is probably behind me rather than ahead of me, well, that does come with a certain amount of who giveth a shit ish isms. But as I told him, and my husband, he's so sweet. And I promise you, he means it. He doesn't just say, he says things all the time, like, when those kinds of things come up. Honey, you are beautiful. You look better than girls 20 years younger than you. I'm like, oh, he's really sucking up today. And I'll start laughing and he'll look at me and he gets kind of offended. He's like, why do you think I would say something like that if I didn't mean it? And then I laugh and I'm like, honey, I know you mean it, but that doesn't mean I believe it. I mean, I believe that he believes it, but just because you, sir, are comfortable with aging, I mean, I get it. It's better than the alternative, but you're a man. And when you get older, you get distinguished. Find me the man that says, well, honey, all those wrinkles and XYZ, all that, you look distinguished. No, I don't need to look distinguished. Thank you very much. And we're blessed. We don't have to go to the scalpel. He's only thinking of it in terms of money. But I'm like, no, you don't. Like, we don't have to do that shit anymore. We're lucky. It used to be that was your only option. Hey, Mac, you want big lips? You want to hear a funny story about big lips? Swear to God, true story. When my son was, he was probably 8, 9 years old. He a little guy. It was just the two of us for a while. And one of the things that I always did with him, even though I fucking hated it, and I didn't enjoy it, but I was like, it doesn't matter what you enjoy. It's about him. Well, we had a basketball hoop and now, why wouldn't I enjoy basketball? I am 4'11". So yeah, basketball of course is right up there with water polo of things I like to do. And so we used to play basketball and we'd play that game. What horse was one? There's another one. Of course, he would win in a matter of minutes, and it's funny because I can see it. We would typically play after dinner because it's Florida and it's hot as shit. So it would usually be after dinner. I had a deck in the back of my house and I used to grill a lot, believe it or not, because it was just two of us and I didn't want to mess around with dishes. And so barbecue. And one night we were playing and basketballs they're pretty firm. And he did one of these, like, a chest pass. Except I wasn't expecting it and it smashed me right in the face. And I was so fucking pissed. I'm one of these people who, when I get hurt and when I get scared, I get mean as a snake. Like it just pisses me off. Getting hurt and being scared. My first just spontaneous reaction is anger. Like it pisses me off. And I said to him, first though, let me tell you something. If you've never been hit in the face with a basketball, you're going to have to take my word for it. When I tell you it smarts like a motherfucker, it hurts. And apparently the basketball we had more PSIs than Dolly's boobs and mine too. It was rock hard. Unlike our mine, well, I can't speak for Dolly's, but I can speak for mine. Parton, that is. Mine are not hard. Uh, unlike the basketball. So when being hit in the face unexpectedly with a basketball, my initial first I was, hey Laura, first I was like, and then I think my eyes started watering. I was pretty sure that my sinus cavity had probably fractured. I was just like, I can, and poor thing. I mean, I could tell he was freaked out because I was just like, because what he was expecting was, God damn it. That's what he was expecting because he'd seen me, running through the house. You stub your toe, you run into the side of the bed. For some reason, toes. Ooh, toes. God, toes hurt so bad. They must have a lot of nerves in them or something. But he was expecting a stream of expletives. And yeah, I'm not too proud to admit that. Yeah, and you did it too. If you had a kid, your kid heard you cuss. Shit. Like the time my kid got in the car when our relatives who came once a year, maybe once every 2 years. You know how they walk you out to the car to say goodbye? And he got buckled in his seat and said, "Oh, I left my goddamn crayons inside." Or did he say my fucking crayons? He said something, and of course I acted horrified. Where the hell? I don't know where he heard that, but he is never playing with them again. So that's what he was expecting. Okay. He was expecting a big reaction. I think he started getting concerned because I was like, I didn't, like, if you've ever had been hurt unexpectedly and, it really smarted. There's always that initial like shock where you probably can't say much. You're just stunned and I remember he just kept saying, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Mom, I'm sorry." And I remember about an hour later, I had a boyfriend at the time, and I remember he came over and I told him what happened. And I remember I went and looked and I said, damn, I actually kind of like the way it looked because where it hit me, like it did. So AMAC, if you're afraid of a syringe, just go get somebody to throw a basketball right at your face. Make sure it's pumped up though, before you do it. Commit. Unfortunately, it's going to be a temporary measure, but if you're lucky, you're going to get at least a night out of it. I did. Oh, it was, yeah. You know how certain things the only other thing I remember hurting that bad, like getting hurt in my life, was my neighbor had a tree fort. And when I say a tree fort, this shit was like, it was badass. Every kid and he lived right across the street from me. And every kid in the neighborhood wanted to be able to go up in that tree fort. And you could see, I mean, what did his dad do? I remember his dad was like a really super brainy dude. I don't think he was an architect, but whatever he did, building a tree fort was clearly no problem. And I remember it was so high, you would climb up a ladder that, it was all wood and it just had like slats of wood nailed up another, a vertical piece of wood. And that was like the built-in ladder. And when you got up there, you could see over the roofs of people's houses. But when you got up there, you would have to knock because it was a trap door. So it was part of the floor. So as you got up to the top, you would get right here and you'd have to bang on it. And I remember it opened like this. It didn't go this way. It opened horizontal. So what you would have to do, so the door's open, so you're naturally you grab onto the ledge. If that's the furthest part, like where the hinge is, you're going to grab, here's the frame where it would close down on. So I just remember knocking on the door and it had like a metal handle. Well, whoever pulled it up didn't pull it all the way. And when they let go of it and my little hands were there, that hurt so bad. The reason I remember that and how badly it hurt was because, and of course I was trying to be tough and I didn't want him to see me cry. So I remember I ran down the ladder right away and they were like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I said, "Oh, whatever I said." And I ran home. And I mean, it was obvious. My mom looked at it and was like, "Oh, but what do you do?" It was like, "Come on, let's put some water on." Oh yeah, let's put some water. The universal fixer. Water and a kiss from mom on your boo-boo. I was in elementary school, I know that. But the reason I remember it is because obviously the water didn't work. Because next thing I knew, I started feeling, ooh, it was the one and only time in my life I've ever passed out. And I remember it. And I remember when I woke up, like my mom's fingers were in my mouth. And I was like, what the hell? And I just remember she told me, well, we didn't know what was going on. We didn't want you to swallow your tongue. So we put, that's why my hand's in your mouth. Yeah, the good old days. But that and that basketball, those are two. I'm talking hurts that I didn't, voluntarily sign up for and probably pay for. Like, oh yeah, sign me up. Yeah. Yep. Basketball to the face. Baseball, that'll work too. That'll probably be that might have a more lasting effect if you take a baseball to the lips than the basketball, because smaller, more dense. Yep, ice. Yes, ice. What if the water from the faucet fails to cure whatever ill you have? Yes, then we move on to frozen water. And an icy pop. All right, kids. Well, I've accomplished nothing today except putting on a full beat and getting dressed. And oh yes, I did. I put shoes on. Ouch. And my slouchiest boy jeans. But that's about it. That's about all I've done today. Oh my God, I'm thinking about the dust that's going to be. Anybody who's ever had anything done in your house, no matter what, whether it was painting, whether it was, no matter what, whatever it is, if you've had anything done, yes, True Jedi, I did. Zen, thanks for hanging out. I miss you. I'm glad I got to see you. I still want to do that reading. So let's try and make that happen. Oh, may the force be with me. Yeah, anybody who's ever lived through any kind of anything, any kind of home improvement, in your house while living in said house. You guys, I'm not a fan of clutter. I'm not a fan of messes. And you know how that goes. I have to say, the guy that's going to do the work, he's worked here before, and he does a fantastic job. He's trustworthy. He's the one. He is the one person in construction that I mean, this guy is so fantastic. When he shows up, if he says, I'm going to be at your house at 8 o'clock, he is there at 8 o'clock. If there's any, hi, Bob. Okay, I'm just wrapping up. If there's going to be any deviation from the plan for any reason, he will reach out the night before. There's no surprises. When he gets here, and oh, trust me, I know this is not the norm because we've had people work that didn't operate this way at all. When he gets here, there's no like, oh, let me stand around in your kitchen and drink coffee and shoot the shit with you for 30 minutes. And then I'm going to go out to my truck and I'm going to smoke 3 packs of cigarettes. And then hey, beer can, how are you? Listen, this guy is the unicorn of construction. He's here when he says he's going to be here. When he gets here, he walks in, he says, good morning. He tells me what he's going to get started on. Is that okay with you? Like, would you rather me work on another room? Whatever. When he walks in, it's hello, good morning. This is what I'm going to do. And he gets to it. There's no dicking around. And when he takes lunch, he takes lunch. And it's an hour max. And when he comes back in, he gets his work done, and he cleans everything up at the end of every day, unless it's, something big that he's not going to lug in and out like a saw or some shit like that. But yeah, he is worth his weight in gold. And I have turned on many people to him, and he was working for somebody else when we first met him. And myself and another family member that he does work for, we highly encouraged him to go out on his own. We were like, dude, the guy I hired, you're just the windfall. The guy that everybody's got a bad construction story. And he finally did. He went out on his own because, like everybody, it's very, no matter what your profession is, no matter how skilled you are at it, no matter how much you know about what you do, where you're going to do it, etc. It's a scary thing to go out, on your own into business the first time, especially if you've got, a family, children, etc. It's a lot. It's very daunting. There are lots of people that have the know-how. They just don't have the fortitude for it. I don't know how else to explain it but if you've ever thought about going into business for yourself, or you have been, or you currently are, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So we were thrilled when he took the plunge and started his own business. And of course it was like, well, excuse me, you're not going to be able to forget about us when you hit the big time. Okay. So yes, I was really happy to see him. Just like perfect example. Yesterday, we went. That was weird. yesterday, my husband and I went to pick out flooring. And speaking of the lipstick and how we like what we like and we are drawn to it, whether we know it or not, we went to the same place that the floor in my office came from. And we were, we went up and down several aisles, and my husband's like, honey, just I let him pick what is on the floor now, and we both hate it. So he kicked the ball to me on this one and said, get what you want. And so I did. I said, I really like that one, and it looks a lot like what's in my office, and I love what's in my office. So I took a picture of the SKU number, and we went to the customer, I guess it's customer service, wherever they help you with that shit. And my husband said, well, we're going to need X amount of square feet. And I showed her the picture of the SKU number, and but before she did that, I said, can you do me a favor? Can you look and see what we bought? I think it's been a couple of years now. What we bought a few years ago, and because the stuff that's down now did not come from the same store. It cost a fraction of what the stuff in my office does, and I hate everything about it. So she said, oh yeah, that was blah, blah, blah. And it's discontinued. I'm sorry. I was like, fuck. I said, okay, well, here's the SKU number. I really like this one. So we'll go with this. We need X amount of square feet. Oh, okay. We have however many boxes she said they had. And thank God we just made it. They had it in stock. We made it by like 2 boxes. And she said, oh, guess what? The one that you asked me about before, that's called Sanibel something. She said, the one that you just gave me the SKU number for, same flooring. They just changed the name. I said, yes. I said, just like Bath and Body Works does. For anybody who doesn't know that, Bath and Body Works, they only have a certain number of scents, and they rotate them. All they do throughout the year, with whatever holidays or whatever season it is, they change the labels, they change the color of the wax, and they change the names, but they are the same candles. So if you find something that you love and you go at a different season and you don't see that name, ask the sales associates, because even though they're probably not supposed to tell you, I only know that information because they told me. So, but yes, of all the flooring that we looked at, I said, yep, I really love that one. And we looked at a lot. And it's what I already had. So I love it when that works out. All right, kids. Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know. I might come in one more time before. If I do, it'll be tomorrow, because I know that I've got, I don't know. They're delivering flooring on Thursday, but I don't guess I have to. I know I have to be here, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess we'll probably have them. It'll probably be going into my garage, or I don't think it needs to come in the house. So that shouldn't preclude me from being able to do a live if I want to. I don't know. All right. That's that. That's it. That's all, Bobs. Bob's down there licking a receipt from my purse. Bob, what are you doing, honey? Okay. Oh my God. I wish you guys could see him. I'm waiting for the groomer to get back, and my husband calls him Bob Seagal because he looks like Steven Seagal. He's got a samurai pony in the top of his poof to keep it out of his eyes so he can see. All right, I'm coming, I promise. All right, kids, I'm gonna go. Bob needs to go out, and I need to get my wine back in my purse. At least it was sealed. All right. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Thank you, mods. I appreciate you. And I will see you all. I hope to see you. Hey, Amethyst. Oh, I love hearing that. My pleasure. All right. I'm going to try and see you guys before Friday. But if not, make sure you're here Friday for my celebrity interview. All right, pussycats, have a good day. And I will see you soon. Bye.